Hi, welcome to Gramophone Music Studio YouTube channel. This video will be a quick guide to learning the ABRSM Grade 5 Theory. Part 1, Rhythm. There are a total of 7 parts in the exam. The first one, Rhythm, second, Pitch, third, Keys and Scales, the fourth, Intervals, fifth, Chords, sixth, Terms, Signs and Instruments, and seventh, Music in Context. We'll do a breakdown of each part in the upcoming videos. In this video, we will only cover about the Grade 5 Music Theory syllabus. Check out our video for the breakdown of each questions, step by step, how to solve the questions and answering tips. The link will be in the description box. You may refer to our other videos for the technical setup, troubleshooting, exam booking, and requesting refund if you didn't manage to complete the exam due to system issue. The links to this video will be in the description box. The first element in the rhythm section will be the note values. These are the notes and rests covered until grade 5. A brief, semi-brief, minim, crotchet, quaver, semi-quaver, and demi-semi-quaver. In fact, there are actually even smaller note values too, like hemi-demi-semi-quavers. But it is not part of the syllabus, so I didn't include it. If you'd like to know more about some interesting facts about music theory that is not included in the ABRSM theory, comment below and we will make another video on this very shortly. And next, the note pyramid. For instance, 1 semi-brief equals to 2 minims and 1 minim equals to 2 crotchets, and so on. The relationship is the upper level will always times 2 to the bottom level. Next up, the dotted notes. The dot will be half value of the note. For instance, in dotted semi-brief, the dot will be half of semi-brief, which is equivalent to a minim. So, the dotted semi-brief will be equivalent to 3 minims, which is 6 beats. And same for the dotted minim, the dot will be half of minim, so there will be a crotchet. So dotted minim is equivalent to 3 crotchets. It will be the same for the rest of the dotted notes. You may refer to this diagram for more information. And the following one will be the double dotted note. As we said earlier, the first dot is half the value of the main note. And for the double dotted, the second dot will be half the value of the first dot. For example, in the double dot semi-brief, the semi-brief is the original note. The first dot will be half of semi-brief, which is a minim. The second dot is half of minim, which is a crotchet. So total, we'll get 7 beats for a double dotted semi-brief. The procedure is the same for all the other double dotted notes, so please refer to this diagram for the information. These are some sample questions for the note values. For example, in 1.3, you might be asked how many semiquavers are in a dotted crotchet. Or in 1.5, check if the rest is used correctly or incorrectly. The next element would be time signatures. These time signatures is made out of 2 numbers. The top number tells us the number of beats and the bottom number will be the type of beats. Once we understand the concept, the time signatures can be formed with any combination. The top numbers refers to the number of beats. For 2, 3, or 4, it will be in simple time, and 6, 9, 12, compound time. 5 or 7 will be irregular time. For example, 2, 4 will be simple duple, 9, 8, compound triple, and 5, 4, irregular. Whereas the bottom numbers will be the type of beats. 2 refers to minim beat, 4 for crotchet beat, 8 for quaver beat, and 16 for semi-quaver beat. Actually, we also have 1 equals to a semi-brief beat and 32 equals to a demi-semi-quaver beat, but they are rarely used and also not included in the Grade 5 theory syllabus. And these are all the time signatures covered in Grade 5 theory for the simple time and compound time. We have 2-2, 2-4, 3-2, 3-4, 3-8, 4-2, 4-4, 4-8, 6-4, 6-8, 6-16, 9-4, 9-8, 9-16, 12-4, 12-8, and 12-16. Sometimes we do see symbols like this. For this one is a cut common time, alla brevi, equals to 2-2, and a common time for 4-4. You should also know how to differentiate the simple and compound time. And it is true looking at the notes grouping. In simple time, for instance, 3-4, there will be 2 quavers in a group, and in compound time, like 6-8, there will be 3 quavers in a group. In this diagram, we can see the differentiation. They also have different musical effects. Comment below if you want to learn more about it. And next up, irregular time, which is a time signature that is not divided by 2 or 3. For example, we have 5-4 or 5-8. The grouping will be 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2. And for 7-4 and 7-8, the grouping will be 3 plus 4 or 4 plus 3. And this will be the rules for the grouping of notes or rests. In simple time, follow the type of beats. For example, in 4-4, we group each group into a crotchet. And in 3-2, we group into a minim. And for compound time, we always think 3 beats in a group. For example, in 6-16, 3 semisquavers in a group, and there will be a total of 2 groups. 9-4, 3 crotchets in a group, total 3 groups. And 12-8, 3 quavers in a group, and we'll get 4 groups in total. Here are some grouping tips. In simple quadruple time, beat 2 and 3 cannot be joined. As for the rest, aim to make each note into a bigger note value. For example, a semiquaver, add another semiquaver rest to make it into a quaver. These are some sample questions on time signatures, like in 1.1, selecting the correct time signature, and in 1.4, select the correct grouping of notes according to time signature. The following element would be triplets and duplets. The triplets is equivalent to the value of 2 notes. For example, the triplets of 3 quavers will be equivalent to 2 quavers, which is a crotchet. It will only appear in simple time. In this diagram, we will see triplets in various note values. The idea is always the same. Count them as only 2 notes. As for duplets, the value will be equivalent to 3 notes. For example, 2 quavers, we calculate the value of 3 quavers. It will equals to a dotted crotchet. The duplet will only appear in compound time. This diagram shows us the different note values for duplets. The theory is always the same. Calculate it as 3 notes. We also have irregular time division, such as quintuplet or sextuplet. It means that the group of 5 and 6 are equivalent to 4 notes. Wonder why we need this? Comment below if you want to learn more about it. Here are some sample questions. The duplet of 2 quavers is equivalent to how many quavers? And is also incorporated in the 1.1 time signature questions. Next, twice and half the value. The first step is to change the time signature. We only change the bottom number. For example, 2 for 2 crotchets. After twice the value, it becomes 2 for 2 minims. The top number, which is the number of meets, will remain the same. Here we see the combination and examples in simple time. For compound time, we'll do the same. We also only change the bottom number. For example, 6-8, 6 quavers. After half the value, it will become 6-16, which is 6 semiquavers. The top number, which is the number of beats, will remain the same. In this diagram, we see the examples for compound time after twice or half the value. Step 2, we make all the notes twice or half the value according to the question. It will be the same for both simple and compound time. For instance, 4 semiquavers after twice the value will become 4 quavers, and 2 crotchets half the value will become 2 quavers. It will be the same method for all the triplets and duplets. And here is an example for half or twice the value. The following one will be converting the simple time to compound time. The first step is to change the time signature. The top number will times 3 and the bottom number times 2. The theory is from the normal beat to a dotted beat. For example, a crotchet beat to dotted crotchet beat. So 2 crotchet beats 2-4 turns into 2 dotted crotchet beats, which is 6-8. This diagram shows us the corresponding simple time into compound time. Step 2. Add a dot to become a dotted beat. We should change all the beats above the value of the normal beat into dotted. For example, a crotchet will turn into a dotted crotchet. And step 3. Add a duplet sign. So we add duplet signs on quavers or any note values below it. Just like in this example. And the final step, step 4, which is to remove the triplet sign, just as illustrated. Wonder why we need to learn how to convert simple to compound time? Comment below if you want to learn more about it. And now we'll learn the opposite way, from compound time to simple time. The first step will be changing the time signature. The top number will be divided by 3 and bottom number divided by 2. The theory is from the dotted bit to a normal bit. For example, the dotted crotchet bit to crotchet bit. 2 dotted crotchet bits 6, 8 turns into 2 crotchet bits 2, 4. This diagram illustrates the corresponding compound time to simple time signatures. Step 2 will be removing the dot in all the dotted bits, such as dotted crotchet will be turned into a crotchet. In step 3, add a triplet sign. So we add triplet signs onto the note values below the beat, as shown in the example. And lastly, step 4, remove the duplets sign, as shown in the example. If you need more learning resources on the ABRSM Theory Grade 5, here are some books that might help you. Discovering Music Theory Grade 5, published by ABRSM. New Music Theory for Young Musicians Grade 5, published by Poco Studio. And Grade 5 Music Theory Practice Papers, published by ABRSM. We do provide online music theory lessons. Contact us at gramophonemusicstudio@gmail.com. Coming soon, we'll make the quick learning guide for the Part 2 pitch. Subscribe to our channel so you won't miss it. If you like this video, like and share and comment below. And share this video to those who are currently preparing for the Grade 5 Theory Exam. Thanks for watching and see you next time.